Okay. Right.
All right, Shalom. For the first, we give all praise, glory, and honor to
Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Chakodash.
Double honor to the apostles and elder great millstone and to our doctrine across the globe. Pushing the word truth in the city, we want to say Shalom. I'm sitting here with the brother Ashia and the brother Rapaya. This is Adayanawa, the Great Millstone Campus, Chicago. And, we're going to go into having patience with brethren and having understanding of brother situations and where they are in the faith. All right, because matter of fact, somebody get that real quick. The Lord gave everyone according to his measure. Roughly paraphrase. Okay, because everybody's not going to be on the same level of understanding, the same level of maturity in the truth. All right, and we're going to get Romans 14. We're not going to make it too long because we're kind of pressed for time. We're going to get into it. You got that real quick, Rapaya?
Every man the measure of faith?
Yeah. Okay.
This is Romans 12, verse 3. For I say, through the grace given unto me, to every man that is among you, not to think of himself more highly than he ought to think, but to think soberly, according as the Most High hath dealt to every man the measure of faith.
Right, man. Okay. Everybody got their own measure of faith, man. All right. And we can't just be so caught up in ourselves and thinking that we're on a level, all right, and because the brother's not on that level that we want him to be, that he to be disregarded, all right. If the Lord has that brother here, he has him here for a reason, all right. We're not in the business of pushing brothers off the cliff,
right.
All right. We're here to snatch them off the cliff, all right, to bring them back into safety.
Mm-hmm.
All right, somebody get that Luke 13 and 8 or 7. No, it's like 6.
Yes, sir. Luke 13 and 6. It's Luke 13 and 6. This is a parable of a barren fig tree. As Elder I down now is expressing about the patience. Luke 13 and 6. He spake also this parable. A certain man had a fig tree planted in his vineyard, and he came and sought fruit thereon, and found none.
Right. So just imagine that you in your backyard, you bought these seeds, you planted it, right, and you waited all the years because it takes a long time for a tree to grow.
Facts.
Then it takes longer for it to even produce fruit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. So you got the tree sitting in your backyard all these years, and you waiting for the right, for it to get the right age. So you're like, okay, it's been a couple of years, I should be getting some fruit. All right, but go ahead.
Then said he unto the dresser of his vineyard, Behold, these 3 years I've come seeking fruit of this fig tree, and find none. Cut it down. Why cumbereth it the ground?
Right, man. Okay, so you put this tree in your backyard, and every summer you expect to get some damn figs off of it, and year after year you don't get nothing. You may get like some underripe, underdeveloped really all right, and some of you might not get none. So like, damn, why is this taking up space? All right, because really, really a tree that doesn't bear fruit, it sucks up the nutrients in the soil from other plants that are around it.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is taken away from the rest of the plants that's in the garden.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Go ahead. Hold on. I'm gonna get that word for cumber real quick. Cumber.
I got it right here.
Go ahead.
It's G, which is Greek, G2673. Kat or ego, I'm saying it wrong, Sakya. To render idle, unemployed, inactivate, inoperative, to cause a person or thing to have no further efficiency, to deprive of force, influence, power, to cause to cease, put an end to, do away with, annul, abolish, to cease, to pass away, be done away, to be severed from, separated from, discharged from, loose from anyone, to terminate all intercourse with one.
Right, man. Maybe it's no good. It's not useful.
It's idle. Yeah.
It's idle. It's not producing nothing.
Yeah.
All right, you're just sitting there, man, taking up space. All right, like you paying $1 million for this dude just to sit at the bench.
Right.
It's a waste of money.
Right.
Waste of resources, right? Go ahead.
And he answered and said unto him, Lord, let it alone this year also, till I shall dig it about and dung it.
Right. So, so to dig about it, right? Is you're trying to salvage it.
Right.
All right. You know it's a good seed. All right. But what's hindering it from growing and producing fruit? All right. So our job is to make sure that we are giving that fig tree the proper nutrients, the proper care and attention that it needs to be productive. You see? So we got brothers in the truth, all right, who are maybe behind the curve a little bit. Our job is to strengthen that brother. You see, to lift up the hand, lift up the weak hands and feeble knees and hang down low. Mm-hmm. All right, our job is to dig around that tree, give it some more fertilizer, magnesium. We talked about earlier, the magnesium and the phosphorus and the phosphates, right? Then we're gonna come back and see if it produces fruit. All right, it may take 3 years, it may take 4 years, but we just don't cut it down, man. We got to make sure that we do our job in building brothers up, man. Mm-hmm. You see? Go ahead.
Salakia, I came over. All right, this is 9. And if it bear fruit, Salakia, this is Luke 13:9. And if it bear fruit, well, and if not, then after that, thou shalt cut it down.
Right, so we got to do all that we can to help brothers come along to a certain level, man. All right? All right, a fig tree and an apple tree and a banana tree, they're all going to yield their fruit at different times. Mm-hmm. That's good. So we can't base the growth of a fig tree in the same growth of a watermelon or a pecan tree, man. All right? So our job is to do what? Make sure that we're giving it the proper care and the things it needs to be productive, man. All right, you're gonna have brothers in the truth that it just takes a while for them to learn, man. And that's what comes being patient. All right, being understanding that we're all not Floyd Mayweather. We're not all Steph Curry. Somebody gotta be Draymond Green, Tyrone Poole. Yeah, you see. But all in all, guess what we're gonna do with Tyrone Poole and Draymond Green? We're gonna stay after practice with him. We're gonna work on his screens. We're gonna work on his free throws. All right, his post moves. All right, and if he's still unproductive, then he better go look at other options, man. You know, I got pieces, man. Go ahead, swing the swords.
So I was gonna get this Romans since. And this ties into that with this patience. This is Romans 15 and 14. I mean, it's like Romans 15 and 5. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of scriptures might have hope. Now, and why I brought that out is because everything was written for us to understand. This whole scripture to dung it, the whole scripture to have patience. These is written to teach us to have patience, to understand what patience means, just like the elder brother was just going into. We have to discern through the scriptures how to deal with the brothers and have patience with the brothers based off what happened to brothers in the scriptures in ancient time. Like the brother just said, every tree doesn't grow according to your time frame. Even if you plant the tree, you still, like you said, you got to water it and figure out what's adversely affected it. Mm-hmm. What's the obstacle? You know what I mean? Because everything is different. Every brother's going through different trials and tribulations. That, you know what I mean? So you can't say to this brother, like you just said, you be Curry. Everybody can't be Curry. Mm-hmm. Everybody's not on an accelerated learning curve. That's the bottom line. But without these scriptures, we can't discern through the spirit. So we have to look at the stuff written before time to see how to handle them. And that's a perfect illustration of how to deal with brothers. You know what I mean? The scriptures teach us this. So if we're not studying these scriptures to realize that we have to have patience and give them give it another season, then we're doing ourselves a disservice and dealing with the brothers.
Mm-hmm. Right, you can't be hasty, man. Yeah. All right, it's like you talking earlier about being impatient. You can be so impatient that you miss your boat ride, man. You see, because a lot of times when things don't go according to the way we want them to go, all right, you chop it down too early, and the next year may been the money year, man.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so we gotta be more long suffering with brothers, because those brothers who get put out or kicked out, they just didn't get kicked out or put out. Brothers labored with them. You got rebuked and corrected and put on probation. You got warned. You got suspended. You know, and after a while, like, damn, okay, it's not gonna, you know, may not be for you. You know, somebody get that Ecclesiastes 11, unless you got something.
I got something. This is Romans 14:4. Who art thou that judge?
Perfect. Perfect. I started Start at 1.
Romans 14:1, and this is titled "The Danger of Criticism." Romans 14:1, him that is weak in the faith receive ye, but not to doubtful disputations.
Right, because you got some brothers who are don't have much faith as an elder brother may have, man. All right, but just because he don't have that big of faith, don't mean he don't have any faith, man.
Right.
What y'all should say? The faith is what?
A mustard seed.
And that's all the faith you need.
Yep.
All right, go ahead.
Verse 2, for one believeth that he may eat all things, another who is weak eateth herbs.
Right, man. You got some people who are just milk. Some others are just basic brothers, man. Hey, and that's what it is. Steve Kerr.
Right.
All right, he ain't no superstar. Like, you can't build no team around him.
Not at all.
All right, but guess what? The part he plays is a very good part. You can't ask him to post nobody up. You ain't gonna ask him to shake nobody and go to the lane and reverse layups and dunk on nobody, man. You see?
Right.
Then you got Scottie Pippen, who can do all of that.
Right.
But because the brother can't do what an older brother does, or a more a heavier dose of a spirit that the brother has, you can't compare. You see? Go ahead.
Verse 3. Let not him that eateth despise him that eateth not, and let not him which eateth not judge him that eateth, for the Most High hath received him. Who art thou that judgest another man's servant? To his own master he standeth or falleth, yet he shall be holden up, for the Most High is able to make him stand. You know, because you got to be careful who you're criticizing, because these are men that the Heavenly Father gave to Yahweh Shai, you know, Lord willing. All right. That's why they're drawn to him. And yes, they might not be the precept king, all right, or know all the Hebrew, all right, but guess what? They believe and fear the Lord. They believe in Yahweh B'Shem Shai, and to the best of their ability, they're trying to serve him, you know, through faith, you know. I got one more verse. One man, verse 5, one man esteemeth one day above another esteemeth every day alike. Let every man be fully persuaded in his own mind. So some brothers' faith, it might take a while to increase, you know, to grow, you know, and others might abound day by day. You know what I mean? We have examples of that, like, you know, the brother Matatia, you know what I'm saying, who excelled extremely fast. He's literally the one that you know, he saw this plane upon tables and his ass started running, you know. He's a great example of that. You see, but not everyone is Matatia. You see, and these smaller members, all right, that
comely parts.
Yes, that we think to be less. This is 1 Corinthians 12:23, and those members of the body which we think to be less honorable, upon these we bestow more abundant honor, and our uncomely parts have more abundant comeliness. For our comely parts have no need, but the Most High hath tempered the body together, having given more abundant honor to that part which lacked.
You know, and that's very important, man. All right. When you see a person, what do you see? You see the outside.
Yeah.
You see how good they look, their physical frame. But really, what makes it tick? The blood flowing on the inside, the capillaries, the arteries, the veins, you know, the heart. You know, it's the inside. The thing that people don't see is really what makes the body work, man.
Okay.
You see? So we got to understand those things, man. The things that you see is just the external. But really what makes us tick is what? The functioning of the innards, man. You see? And that's what we got to look at brothers, man. All right, just because a brother is not on the front line and, doing 8 lessons a day, because he ain't going to 5 camps and 12 classes a week, does not mean the brother not dealing. Yeah. And sometimes we got to look past brother's shortcomings and think about ourselves, man.
Mm-hmm.
You see? Just because you're a camp head or you might be an elder brother who, may have a little more faith and a little more understanding, all right? That don't mean a brother who can't eat the meat, all right, is not worthy to sit at your table, man.
Right. We still have superfluity in us, even at this moment, that we're trying to get rid of.
That's right.
That's right. That's why, like the brother brought out earlier about removing the mote out of your own eye. There's things that you're still missing and not seeing, because you believe you're on a level, all right, but you're not seeing the whole picture. This man is fighting for his life here, man, and it might not be the way you like it to be, all right, but the Lord has called him, So you do everything, you exhaust every avenue to make sure this guy can make it. You know what I mean? And then if not, then the Lord will take him out. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. He said because to his own master, he's standing for flawless.
Right.
All right. And we ain't the Lord. Because like the elder Brady said, man, when you kick somebody out, you're basically giving them over to Satan, man. Giving them over to death. All right. Is that what you really want to do to a brother? I don't care how you feel about that, brother. The Lord got him here for a reason, man.
That's why they say you're going to be very surprised who's on those chariots on that day.
That's right, man. And also too, you got to think of your favorite person in the Bible. Outside of Yahweh Shai, of course, but we got our own particular books we like to read. And imagine that brother being that person, and you treat him like shit, man.
Yeah.
You want to kick him out. You want to cut his head off every time. You see? That may be Malachi. It may be Job.
Right.
Daniel. It may be Daniel. It may be Nehemiah. It may be Ezra. It may be anyone in the scriptures, man. And here you are. You want to kick them out of a transgression that you disapprove of.
Right. We're still under grace.
And not only are we under grace, well, let me go dig in your closet.
That's what I'm saying. We got to be more long suffering.
That's right.
Here it is. If judgment was executed speedily, we would have all been put to death. You know what I'm saying?
The scripture say, if the Lord mark of iniquities, who shall stand, man?
Exactly. And that's the point.
Right. I had that Galatians when you talk about that long suffering. It's Galatians 5:2. Yeah, no, it's kind of good. So I was going to Galatians, like the brother saying, this is the spirit that we're in now that we're supposed to be in, Galatians 5:22. But the fruit of spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering, gentleness, kindness, and faith. Meekness, temperance, against such there is no law. Mm-hmm. And they that are Yahweh Shah Hamashiach have crucified the flesh with the affections and lusts. If we live in the spirit, let us also walk in the spirit. Let us not be desirous of vainglory, provoking one another, envying one another. So that's it right now. We're modeling ourselves after Yahweh Shai. Does that not mean you be stern with the brothers? Of course not. You have to be stern. You have to be a disciplinarian. But at the end of the day, you have to be an example of what they're. You got to be a leader, and they follow your lead. And the scriptures also say, "Judge not, lest you be judged." The same meat you judge somebody, you're gonna be measured by. So you have to understand that as well when you're dealing with brothers. You know what I mean? Like you said, this is what we are. This is who we are. Our job is to be the examples that Yahweh Shai would want us to be, and follow Yahweh Shai. Always look for mercy first, and then everything else will flow.
These are not your men. Somebody get it, Sirach 11.
Yeah.
11 and 11.
This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 11, also known as Sirach chapter 11, verse 11. There is one that laboreth and taketh pains and maketh haste, and is so much the more behind.
Right, man. And I can equate that to me in math. I was terrible at math. I had a tutor. I stayed after class. My mom ordered me books. Paid good money. She paid $20 a session back in the 80s, man. That was good money for a tutor, man.
Right.
But guess what? I still got D's and F's. You see?
Right.
So you're going to have brothers who are going to work hard. All right? They're going to labor. All right? But they're still going to be a little behind at times. Go ahead.
Verse 12, again, there is another that is slow and hath need of help, wanting ability, and full of poverty. Yet the eye of the Lord looked upon him for good, and set him up from his low estate, and lifted up his head from misery, so that many that saw it marveled at him.
Right, man. So you're going to have brothers who are lacking ability, man. All right? But our job is to what? Send them to training camp, give them a coach, a specialist coach. All right? Get him help. All right? So he can come on a level, man. All right? And guess what? All right? That same brother who's lacking ability, the Lord is looking upon that man. All right? The Lord looking upon that man. All right? Back in that Romans 14. All right? To his own master, he's standing on faultless, man.
Right.
All right? And that same brother could be ahead of a camp down the road. You see? But it comes from what? Us laboring, dunging it, being patient with the tree. Mm-hmm. So what? So we can eat the fruit thereof, man, later on, man.
Right.
But if you cut it down, you guarantee not to get nothing.
Yeah, you don't even try.
You know?
Yeah.
You know, so we rather help the tree grow and produce so we can all be benefactors and partakers of the reward of our labor, man.
And if there isn't any, at least we tried. We can say we tried, man, to the best of our ability.
Hey, can nobody in the truth that got put out or kicked out, can none of them ever say that we didn't help them or that we didn't try?
Yeah.
And that we wasn't merciful, you know? So that was it. Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
And with that, we hope this lesson was edifying and exhorting. Again, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rachakadash.
The bonus to the apostles and others of Great Millstone who rule well and who taught us this truth, and salutations to all the Akim pushing this word in truth and in sincerity with charity. Shalom, wa ababa ball.